grabs you by the throat and never lets go. It's incredibly exciting from start to finish.
Camera set.
Hey, Mark.
It's an all-out action-adventure film.
Action!
The definition for apocalypto is a new beginning or an unveiling. Unfortunately, to have a new beginning, something else has to end. And the Mayan Empire was one of the greatest civilizations in the history of the world. So you have to ask yourself, what exactly happened to these people?
What are the factors that allow a civilization to become wealthy and prosperous, and then, by the same token, allowed it to collapse?
It was an interesting period at the end of a civilization that, in a strange way, had parallels to our civilization today. It's set in the last days of the Mayan Empire. It's a story of one man's heroic struggle to save his family. Jaguar Pot has a wife and a child, and his wife is expecting another child.
One morning, Jaguar Paul's village is raided brutally, violently by an invading force, whom we call the Holkins.
When their village was raided, he kind of put his family in a safe place from which they can't get out by themselves. So he was taken in captivity to be sacrificed to the gods.
But there's a twist of fate.
He escapes, and he's created a mortal enemy. So he's got to get back to his family before they perish, with 8 guys on his tail. Through this hardship, you see a change in Jaguar Pot. That's it. The motion picture itself is kinetic. It moves constantly. I've never seen a major motion picture that's used solely pre-European indigenous cast. I wanted everyone to be authentic. They had to have at their essence some quality that I wanted in that particular character. That's, I think, what I'm proudest of is those people in the cast. They were just amazing. And what they were able to achieve, I think, surprised them even. They were like, whoa.
The caliber of the performances are truly a testament to Mel's abilities in directing actors and knowing how to tease that out of them.
That screaming rage goes into that thing. Is that not better?
Well, those actors are so lucky being directed by him. Mel gets out and he acts it.
All you gotta do is...
Mel would tell these actors, these extras, how to move and how to behave.
You're remembering all the day's events.
He has an instinct for things that are great.
I don't know that audiences have ever experienced this culture on film before.
When you look at Apocalypto, you're looking at a time machine. It's a window into the past.
There's so much of the story that we had to tell visually. You're building these sets outside for months and months.
In the construction of the costumes, every single thing that you see in this movie is handmade. It has to be perfect.
Everything we had to do was under rain, in the water, in the mud.
I've not seen anything like it, in any movie ever. The richness of it and the faces, every single one was totally different. They were scary as hell, these people.
The makeup and the costumes and all that, they were just amazing. I was really proud of these guys.
They're very exciting weapons that people had never seen before. These things could inflict some serious damage. They used sacrificial knives. They could cut and slash, get inside a man's ribcage within seconds.
And if you imagine that's the last thing that you see as it's coming towards you.
In this film, we ended up with a group of people who were physically very fit.
They had to be very disciplined.
And I have to hand to a lot of them because they're doing fights and things in loincloths.
We were shooting the Jaguar sequence. And the Jaguar would explode out of the cage, and Rudy would wait for the Jaguar to be at the right distance behind him, and then begin to run.
Take a good run.
We have Rudy running, an athlete, at full pace. We have Marco, another athlete, right behind him. We have a Jaguar behind them, all tearing across this jungle.
I think his knees were knocking together.
Cut! I thought it was good.
I think about cinema as like public dreaming. Everybody's in a dark room. It's just magic.
High octane, incredible action sequences.
It's really primitive. It's primal.